Hey guys, it's Strutter here again, September the 10th, 2012, and just out in the garden patch quickly before I start the rest of the video. Just dug up some more potatoes, one more plant, sort of digging them up as I need them. Really good for fries and mashed potatoes and whatnot, potato salad. And another look at the tomato plants. This one here is still working. This one here is producing about 1 tomato per day. Got a few more off it today. Still not sure what to do with this stuff. Cuban oregano smells really good, but apparently you can use it in soups and things. I don't really make a lot of soup. And this pepper plant is still producing peppers, which is nice. At this point of the year for tomatoes, what you need to be doing is obviously harvesting, but you need to be ripening up your fruit and getting it off the vine as soon as you can. You can see I still have quite a bit here that's yet to ripen, but the plants should be starting to, the leaves don't look quite as dark green, they're a little lighter green usually, some purpley or maybe even some yellowish brown spots on them. That's normal. It's just part of the cycle of the tomato plant, and it's using up, sort of cannibalizing its nutrients and putting it all into the fruit, which is good. You want that to happen. You want the fruit to be all nice and plump and ripe and coming off the vine, so that's totally normal at this time of year, although it's still a very healthy looking plant. We've been blessed with amazing weather this year. I don't know what happened. The last 2 years we had about 3 or 4 days of sunlight the entire year, and I was barely able to get my seeds back. Really didn't have a crop to speak of, but I was just barely able to get my seeds back each year and keep going with this line of organic heirloom tomato seeds. But this year it's going to be quite a bit better than in past years, so I don't know, it's nice to see hard work pay off, and I always knew I could do it. No, I'm just kidding. I've done it before, but the last few years have just been pretty bad. And now it's time to talk about silver. Well, it's allegedly silver anyhow. This is a goblet that I found recently in some storage that I didn't know I had, and it's solid and fairly heavy. I won't show you the other side because it's got my full name and birth date inscribed on it, but I guess this was given to me when I was born. It does show the telltale signs of silver tarnish, so I'm pretty sure it's silver. I'm going to throw it in the bath here. So a little aluminum foil, a little baking soda, a little hot water, and see what happens. Whoops! Other than steaming up the camera. Can we see again? Not really. Okay, there we go. Let's have a look. Ooh, I can smell it. You can see the other side getting shinier already. Look at that, right there. Shinier, not as black. I'll finish this up and show you what it looks like when it's done. Just a reminder, the silver isn't harmed at all in this process. The sulfur atoms, which is the tarnish, is transferred from the silver onto the aluminum, so there is actually no damage to the surface of the silver whatsoever. I've done it hundreds of times and it comes out really well each time. Sometimes you have to do it a second time. This is my second dip for this particular piece because it was so tarnished and the aluminum becomes saturated with sulfur ions, and you can smell it. It stinks like rotten eggs, but it comes off really nicely, and in just a moment you'll see exactly how well it does. So after a couple treatments as shown before and rinsed under some warm water with soap, this is how it came out, and I think it looks great. And the total weight is 126. I imagine that's sterling silver. So it's worth about just over $100 Canadian right now, maybe 120 Canadian, I think, actually maybe a bit more. Oops. And that, not that I'm going to sell it or anything, that's just nice to know what the metal content of things you own is. So yeah, it's about 4 ounces of pure silver in there. And that was given to me on my birth, apparently. I guess I could ask my parents if they know where it came from. And if you're interested in the procedure used to remove the tarnish from that silver, I'll put the link down below. It's my own video I did a couple years ago, and it's my video actually with the most number of views of any of my videos, somewhere around, I don't know, 130,000 or something like that now. So check that out if you're interested, and on we go to the next subject. I don't want to say too much about the silver chart right now. I did a bit of a video on it recently. But yeah, here we are. We've touched 34 and pulling back a little bit now. I don't know if that's going to continue or not. I'm not really expecting it to. I'd like it to come down to 32 or even 30 and retest those levels, because it's just going far, far too quickly, and you can tell this is all speculation driven. Everyone's waiting for QE3, and if QE3 doesn't come, watch out. Paper porn, anyone? Yeah, me neither. Fuck paper. Just thought I'd show it because that's going into inventory for my site. That'll be silver and gold in a couple hours. I guess we have our answer. This pumpkin is ripening. It's a lot oranger than it was even a few days ago. So, and it's still nice and firm. So that's going to make a nice jack-o'-lantern this year. Next month, in fact. The latest numbers from Shadow Stats are out again. I've simplified the graph a little bit here. As you can see, we're still about 3 times worse off with unemployment in the US as the official numbers like to claim we are. I think 8.1 is the official number, and looks like 23 or so for the real number. Not to mention the fact that the real statistics show that unemployment is increasing, and the government statistics show that unemployment is decreasing, of course, because Obama must prove that he's doing a good job so he can be reelected or whatever, reselected. As far as I'm concerned, he's already been reselected long ago. But what would happen if everybody knew this? What would happen if the mainstream media was not lying to people and telling them that it was 8%, that more like a quarter of Americans are without work? What would happen? I think that the country would be a different place right now. But unfortunately, the truth is not allowed to be told. The people are not allowed to know what's really going on. And so we continue going down this fake road and this fake economy and this fake political system. And it looks like it's going to continue well into the future as well. As far as 2016, I don't think we have that long. I think something's going to happen in the probably next year. Something really bad. And the system is already set up. The bullets are purchased. The concentration camps are built and staffed and ready to go. And all that needs to happen is the spark. September the 7th today, and I'm at my grandma's house out in the tomato patch, and these plants are very mature. The tomatoes themselves are not ripe for the most part. I've had some coming ripe, but lots of green, so the weather remains really nice here, as you can see. And we've had plenty of hot days. It's been up to 30 degrees almost some of these days, so pretty nice temperatures for Canada in coming on mid-September here. So there's plenty of chance for these tomatoes to ripen on the vine, but of course if they don't, I'll ripen them inside and there'll be no problem there. But as I was saying, these are very mature tomato plants, very healthy this year. I've been really blessed with the weather and other conditions that have helped out. I had a bit of a late start this year because of some turmoil in my personal life with an unexpected move in the spring, but as you can see, some of these plants, they're getting, you can pull these dying leaves off and stuff like that if you want. They're just sort of a waste of space. They take up nutrients and they're not making a lot of food for the plant, so you could pop them off. Any shriveled or blackening leaves or rot you have to get off as soon as you can and dispose of it. These are called Black Prince variety. And you'll see why later. You've probably seen some from past years. They go very purple and different colors of red and maroon, and then finally they go kind of a brownish black color, but they're a really tasty tomato, and they're green on the inside even when they're black on the outside, so it's kind of a green and black combination. They taste the same as any other tomato though, it's just different pigment. Yeah, I got some leaves that are getting a little ugly, but for the most part these are some really healthy plants. It's kind of a prize winning cluster here, but there's a lot like it. And give you another look at this one. These are called Early Girl, although they haven't ripened yet, but yeah, quite the bunches of tomatoes here. The sweet pea's still going strong. Nice big beefsteak tomatoes, about ready to start coming ripe. Do have some cherry tomatoes here at Grandma's garden that are ripening. About 1 or 2 a day off this plant. And lastly, but not leastly, the Farewell to the Penny coins have arrived, the latest 20 for 20. I have these in hand now. One of them is my girlfriend's, one of them is mine, and I have a third. If anyone's looking for that, I'm going to do it for 35 bucks, including shipping to anywhere in Canada or the US. And unfortunately I only have one to get rid of that way, so just drop me a line, email me, or whatever. And that's about it for this edition of the Gerardo channel. Talk to you guys very soon. Have a good one.